wave at you and look at you, you knew why they were waving. They bought their buildings. There were shirts everywhere that said, I love New York. There were some all over the country, and everyone just knew. They just messed up. I can't wait to hear the name of this. It was unbelievable. Adversity brings people together. You have to take advantage of adversity. So when we're out there and you think it's hard, David said it, I think, in day number 2. You don't just run for you. You don't look in your own little world and look in the mirror and it's all about me and I feel terrible and I think I'm going to fake a hamstring or hip flexor right now. It's not just you. You look around at all these people. You don't think they're hot. You don't think they're tired. Maybe you didn't pay the price of some, but that's your fault, not theirs. So you get back on the line and you go. I was reading a book the other day called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's an old book. And I was just reading it because it's one of those books that just needs to be read. And I was reading it, and the author said, he was teaching, the rich dad was teaching his son. He said, son, in order to get rich, you got to think like Texans. So this really caught my attention because they're from Hawaii, which is not attached to any land that I know of. But anyway, the guy said, think like a Texan. Texans always think bigger than everybody else. I go there and do business, and they tell me a business deal, and it's like they want to buy the rest of the country. I can't believe what they do. And he says, and here's the thing, when Texans win, they win the most because they risk the most. And when they lose spectacularly. Okay? And also when they lose, they just brag about it. And then they come back and do it again later. For instance, the Alamo. This is what he told his son. They take pride in this. So they lost that day. And today, they still say, all these years later, remember the Alamo when they charged forward. They brag about losing. The Texans are cool. That's why more Texans are richer than everybody else. Okay? He said this too. He said there was a line drawn in the sand. Remember this Alamo story? And those of you who are ready to fight step across the line. That's kind of where you are. You have to over and over and over in the game of football. It is so synonymous. It's the closest thing there is that's legal to war. You're battered and you batter others for the sake of a unit, a like-minded unit, and then you have a decision to make. Will I go full speed the next time, or will I rest? And here's the thing. You know that your effort affects everybody else. Not too many scenarios in life. One of these days, he may be an entrepreneur working for himself, and his effort will not affect you. But today, his effort affects everybody. Think about that responsibility. Right before the ball snap, what you do will affect everybody wearing red and white. And when it's hard, you can say, not a problem. It's going to bring us together. It makes us better. That old saying about whatever kills you, whatever kills you makes you stronger. Well, I don't know if I agree with that totally, but I would say there's a lot of truth in that. If it doesn't kill you, it does generally get you together. Do not forsake the friendship piece. Come together, circle the wagons. It's going to be very hard for you to escape sarcasm until you're in your 30s or 40s. A long way away, you think it is. You'll be there pretty quick. And there's a few elite among you that do not even use sarcasm. At least not that I've heard. But it's very rare.